Greetings, St. Paul's. Blessings on this second Friday of Advent. The psalm appointed in daily lectionary today is Psalm 31. In you, O Lord, have I taken refuge. Let me never be put to shame. Deliver me in your righteousness. Incline your ear to me. Make haste to deliver me. So as you know, I hope, today is the first full day of Hanukkah, the celebration of our Jewish siblings of the Second Temple in Jerusalem. We are coming up to our own celebration of light. And one of the traditions that many of us have is that we put up decorations and so on and so forth in our homes. I traditionally wait until after the third Sunday of Advent, at least before we put up our Christmas tree and the decorations. But this year the wait is over. We will actually be putting up our Christmas tree the day before the third Sunday of Advent. And I say that because, I've been hearing around that different people are feeling a little bit down and are deciding to put up decorations and things like that. So just to brighten up the spirit a little bit. And I understand that. And, one of the most important things as we go deeper into this season of darkness in the Northern Hemisphere is that we need to find ways to not fall into situations of despair, hopelessness, darkness, but rather to remember that we are people of light. We are people of Christ. And therefore, I find it particularly during this year's season when so many things are bringing us down that if the light of Christmas a little bit early helps us get to that place, then we should go ahead and move forward and do so. We don't want to forget that we're still preparing, but we also want to not bring ourselves so far down into a space or a sense of darkness that we cannot find our way out either. So even though we're not yet ready to celebrate the birth of Jesus, we are ready to remember that Jesus is present. We are here to remember that the light that we light with the great fire of Easter each year does not die within us when Pentecost comes and we put out the Paschal candle. Remembering that we use that light every time there is a baptism to remind the newly baptized of the light that they're receiving, but to remind all the rest of us that the light of Christ indeed lives within us all through the year. So my prayer for you, my beloved, is that you remember that light, that you allow the light of Christ to shine in your hearts, in your mind, in your spirit today. Do not allow yourself to fall into a place of despair, of disillusion, but rather live enlightened by God's light, by the light of Christ, by the light of hope. Today being Friday, I want to remind you that over the weekend, as the community of St. Paul's, we have different ways to gather and to gather. We begin with our Saturday happy hour at 5 p.m. Then on Sunday, we gather at 8 a.m. for Eucharist, at 9 a.m. for coffee hour, and at 10 a.m. for sung Eucharist. I also want to remind you that not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, on December 20th, at 1 p.m, we'll be gathering for a virtual town hall. But that's still a week away. And also please remember to donate to the 1,000 Days of Love initiative that St. Paul's is sponsoring. With all this said, have a wonderful weekend, St. Paul's. May God's blessing be upon you, and may the light continue to shine upon you and through you for the continued edification of the world and the building of God's kingdom here among us.